Hello guys, my name is Alexis Pech Nunez, and today I will talk about how it's being an immigrant in the United States. I hope you enjoy my presentation. Immigration has been a common topic currently for the increasing number of immigrants that have been arriving to the United States in the last decade. Some US citizens agree or disagree with the number of immigrants that are living in the country and the impact that they think that immigrant communities have in the United States. However, coming to the United States looking for a better life includes many sacrifices for immigrant people. They generate a positive impact for the US economy and society. However, the path that the immigrant people have to go through to achieve this positive impact in the United States society is based mostly in facing negative challenges related to their mental and physical health. Let's begin with the consequences and sacrifices that immigrant people confront by leaving their native countries. The people who emigrate to different countries used to leave behind many things in their life. The most common thing that people leave behind when they immigrate are family members. One of the most common reasons why a person immigrates to another country, leaving their family member in their native country, is finding a better income from its family, meaning leaving their jobs to find better opportunities in another country. However, splitting up families in this way may also have multiple adverse effects on education, health, labor supply response, and social status for family members who do not migrate. Other things that people used to leave behind by immigrating to other countries are friends, culture, language, and school records. In my own experience, when I immigrated to the US, I had to leave behind my sister and my mom in Mexico, and it was a really difficult thing to experience. Another thing that I found difficult to leave behind was my culture. I felt a huge change in my culture and the culture in the United States. After leaving those things behind, people who immigrate to another country used to face many mental and physical health challenges by arriving in a new country. There are multiple challenges to optimal health status for immigrants and refugees in the United States, such as linguistic and cultural barriers, socioeconomic limitations, access to healthcare, stress due adaptation, and everyday living and social integration issues. However, the challenges that affect the immigrant mental health mostly are racism and discrimination. Among first generation immigrants, discrimination in healthcare had a negative association with physical health, while discrimination in general had a negative association with mental health. At the societal level, racism and discrimination operate through residential segregation and when individuals are unequally treated in accessing jobs, education, healthcare, and social services due to their foreign-born status, ethnic origin, and race. Also, linguistic barriers could be linked to discrimination as well, meaning that foreign-born and non-speaking English are also less satisfied with their healthcare and report more discrimination. Another common challenge between immigrant communities is the acculturation, the process of learning and adapting to the host country's culture while maintaining the values, norms, beliefs, and language. Also, acculturation has been associated with some negative health behaviors and outcomes, such as substance abuse, poor dietary habits, and preterm births. In my own experience, I think that acculturation was the most difficult challenge during my first years living in the United States. It took me a few years to get used to the language and culture of the country, and now also I think that I don't get used to it at all yet. It was a huge change in my life that by the day I don't know at the moment when I began to feel more comfortable. It was something that I had to do in the moment to overcome too many challenges that I had to face as an immigrant. After going through many adversities and challenges during my first years living here, I began to focus on going to college and having a career. Doing my research, I found out that many people go through similar situations than me. However, many immigrants achieve their goals and at the same time they generate a positive impact in the country. Immigrants are both a primary source of American workers and population growth. Almost 14% of the US population is foreign-born. 17.4% of the US labor force is foreign-born. And according to 2017 data from Pew Research Center, well, US birth fertility rates are about 56 births per 1,000 women. US immigrant fertility rates are about 77 births per 1,000 women. It means that by increasing the number of immigrants between the next decades, the country could be younger, more productive, and richer. The share of the population between 18 and 65 working age is projected to be nearly 62% in the scenario that doubles the current annual number of immigrant admissions. If immigration is cut to zero, it will be less than 56. Another field where the immigrants have been having a huge impact besides economic and population growth is education. Hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants in the US are students enrolled in higher education, working to obtain degrees and going on to use those skills as significant contributors to our economy. Also, undocumented students now account for more than 450,000 or approximately 2% of all the students in higher education in the United States. Many undocumented graduate students hold degrees in STEM fields, the fastest growing sectors in the country. In fact, 39% of undocumented students pursuing advanced degrees have an undergraduate STEM degree. 41% have a degree in healthcare-related field. This topic is important to the academic community and society because I think it is important to have a deeper knowledge about the situations that an immigrant person goes through when they come to the United States. As an immigrant student, I felt related doing my research about the mental challenges that are common in most of the immigrant people. Also, I think that many people in the community don't know the real impact of immigrants in the nation and the many positive things that they bring to the country, mostly in the nation's economy and population growth. In conclusion, immigrant people have to go through difficult situations before finding stability in a new country. I think that any person isn't illegal to any country and that we have the right to live in the place that we like depending on our circumstances. At the end, most of us have similar goals to have a better life that we will have in our native countries and at the same time we create a positive impact in the United States.